Hey, welcome back to the Back 40 Firewood channel. I'm out here in the mid-afternoon just tossing a couple pieces in, actually just one piece into the boiler, you'll see in a second, just to have some wood in there because we've entered another cold snap here in west central Wisconsin, dipping down sub-zero temperatures, single digits by day, very cold at night. And it's funny because a couple days ago we were at like 34. So back down into another cold spell, but a couple weeks ago, fellow woodhound, Nebraska Woodster, he put out a video on his YouTube channel about his stack of wood next to his boiler catching on fire. And what he explained and what he thought the reason was that some embers from the smokestack actually fell down into the pile of wood next to his boiler and started on fire. So I'm going to show you guys something that's kind of interesting, and one of the advantages that I find to having my boiler enclosed and inside the woodshed, under a roof. One of the advantages to that, but the other thing is along with that comes a side effect, and actually something that can be potentially pretty harmful by having your boiler enclosed like this. So now I'm going to put that piece of wood on, and for all of you out there who think that I only burn little tiny pieces of wood, here you go. All right, so we got that big chunk of wood on, and that should be good enough. Should keep me going until this evening when I need to fill it up for the overnight burn. But what I wanted to show you is, and like I mentioned, Nebraska Woodster, he put out a video where he showed his pile of wood next to his boiler catching on fire. I'm gonna go up here. I don't know if I'm gonna be up on top here, but I'm gonna go up the ladder here and I'm gonna show you just why that can happen. All right, so as we get up here, there is my chimney, my stack, coming off the boiler. And take a look around at all the pieces of charred debris. Some chunks a little bit bigger than the other, but look how far out those little embers and pieces of whatever, creosote, ashes, embers. You can see there's one way down there. All of those have come out of the smokestack and have fallen on top of my shed here. And right around the base, you can see just how much has fallen and come out of that chimney. This piece right here, look at how far that fell from the smokestack. So you can imagine if you had your wood pile right next to your boiler, all of this, all of these little specks and pieces of, like I said, I don't know if they're creosote or ashes or whatever, all of this would have fallen on or near your pile of wood. So that is kind of crazy to think of all that ash, all that ember came out of my smokestack and landed up there on the shed roof. So yes, there is an advantage to having your boiler under a roof, in a shed, whatever, covered up. Yes, it makes it easier to load it in the elements. It's nice not being, if it's snowing out, if the wind is blowing, you can be inside here while you're loading it. So the only thing is, having your boiler inside a shed like this, there is a big disadvantage to that. And it's in the form of something that I never really paid much attention to until a couple weeks ago. And I came out, well, so every time I'd come in from filling up the boiler, I'd blow my nose and there'd be like black soot and, just crap coming out of my nose. And I'd come on here and I'd look up at the ceiling and I would see, all the soot that's accumulated. Because every time you open this door, if the blower's going, there's not as much smoke coming out, but there's smoke that comes out the door and goes up into the room here and fills it up. The longer the door is open, the more smoke that comes out. You know, look at this light. I mean, just look at that. Now, I'm sure many of you that do have outdoor wood boilers, who have them outdoors, outside, when you open up that door to fill it, the smoke comes out, but it gets blown away. However, I think there's still smoke that you are inhaling. And I know that I was. Like I said, I would always come out and fill up the boiler when the blower was going. So there's not a lot of smoke inside the firebox. But even opening up that door and having it open for a minute or two, you know, that room would fill up with smoke and I would be inhaling that. And like I said, I'd go in and, you know, I'd hack and cough a little bit and spit out some, blow out some slime and have some black to it, you know. And I never really thought much of it. But a couple weeks ago, I went and picked me up this gimmick right here. So now when I come out to fill the boiler, I throw this bad boy on, and let me tell you, after a week, I noticed a huge difference. I would go back in the house, blow my nose. Really wouldn't even have to blow my nose. Didn't feel like I had anything in my throat that I had to hack up. Just made a world of difference. And I know this is probably sounding a little disgusting to be talking about snot and hacking up loogies and all that fun stuff, but it's the truth. I mean, like I said, I just never really gave much thought to how much smoke I was inhaling when I refilled the boiler. And it only, you know, twice a day, no big deal. Go out in the morning, go out at night, twice a day. That can't be that harmful. Now, I don't know if you would have to go to the extreme of whatever this respirator or dust mask is. You could probably get by with like a cloth one, just something, you know. I think having something is better than nothing. Like I said, even if you are out in the open, because when you're leaning in there to throw wood in, unless you hold your breath, you know, I think you're inhaling that smoke and probably not too good for you. Hey, all right, before I forget, if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, Friday Night Live, the Friday Night Live stream here on the Back 40 Firewood channel. Stop on by, kick back, have a good time with us woodhounds. I know a lot of you are probably going to be digging out from this big winter storm that's hitting midweek right now. So take a break, kick back, have some fun, and tune in to Friday Night Live right here on the Back 40 Firewood channel. 8 p.m. Central tomorrow night. We'll see you there. And I think that'll do it. Just want to show you guys some of the not so thought of hidden, I guess maybe dangers, hazards, precautions you need to think about with outdoor wood boilers. The fact that, yes, a lot of stuff comes out of those smokestacks. You saw how much was up there on top of the shed. And inside the shed, same thing. A lot of stuff comes out of that door, a lot of smoke. You might want to pick yourself up something to keep that smoke out of your system. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.